Welcome back to Ice Wolves Insider. We're joined right now by Ice Wolves head coach Bob Beatty. Bob, welcome to the program.
Thanks a lot, Kelly.
All right.
Great to be back.
Yeah, I was just going to say we have some catching up to do. Actually, a couple of weeks of games to, I guess, kind of briefly touch on. Last we talked, we hadn't actually got to the Flin Flon series yet, and let's maybe start there. Obviously, you guys were hoping for a good showing at the Whitney Forum, and did you ever get that with obviously a 10-2 win there? How would you describe the outcome of that game?
Well, it was our fifth game in 7 nights on the road, and actually the guys really had a lot of energy. You know, they played well. I think we caught them at a bit of a low point, obviously. They've rattled off 6 wins in a row since then. You know, we had puck going our way that night, and, you know, we didn't let up. I thought they got a little bit chippy, and we didn't. We maintained a lot of discipline and didn't buy in, and consequently, you know, we were able to score some goals.
Yeah. Obviously, in the rematch, you guys, I'm sure, felt that you were very much in that game, had a chance to win. It didn't turn out that way. They win in a shootout. How would you describe that encounter there?
Well, it's a game that I felt we played well enough to win. We had 51 shots, and you know, their goaltender played well. We just didn't, you know, the pucks weren't going in like they were, you know, the previous encounter, and that's the way things go sometimes. Give Flin Flon a lot of credit. They, you know, they hung in there, they battled, and we gave up a late goal, and weren't able to score in overtime, and it went to 7 players in the shootout, and we only scored once. So credit to their goaltending. He was certainly, you know, a lot better than he was the previous match.
Mm-hmm. And then the following game was a 6-2 setback on home ice to the Milford Mustangs. Obviously, that was a game you guys were looking forward to. Didn't turn out the way you wanted. How would you describe what happened there?
Well, I thought we were flat coming out in the first period, and there's really no excuse. And you know, there's you know, there's no reason for it. You know, it was a huge game. It was a 4-point game against a rival, and I thought we played a lot better in the second and third period. But you know, Adam didn't have a good game. Adam struggled that game. There's no doubt about it, and we came out flat. You know, you know, he was no different than some of the other 20-year-olds that didn't show up for the drop of the puck.
Obviously, you guys had a great bounce back effort in Stanley Mission against the Battlefield's North Stars, another conference rival of yours. 8-1, I think, was the final score. It seemed that really your top 2 offensive lines were doing almost all the scoring that night. Had to be pleased with the effort in that game and obviously the outcome.
Yeah, I was pleased with the effort. I wouldn't say you know, it wasn't an 8-1 game. I thought Adam bounced back and played extremely well. Made some big saves at key times, and their goaltending wasn't probably as good as they would have liked. But our team was rolling that night, no question. You know, Agam, Cray, and Lyndon Smith have been on fire, and Ducharme, Cleach, and Haroff certainly have found some chemistry together. But you know, the last 2 games, I would say that Suchat, Enns, and Pillar have been probably, if not the best line. You know, they haven't scored the goals, but they've certainly contributed a lot to our success.
Yeah.
And again, like our young guys. You know, they're making it formidable 4-line team. They've been playing very well and working extremely hard. We're real happy with where we're at that position.
Mm-hmm. Now you have also shored up the blue line as well with a couple more bodies here. Maybe talk about the additions of Robert Monfore and Taylor Desire, what they bring to the team.
Well, I think fans are more familiar with Robert from last year. You know, he's a a big physical defenseman that you know, plays steady, is good in his own end, and you know, can move bodies around. Bobby, you know, played his best hockey, I felt, you know, down the stretch and in the playoffs, specifically last year when we had some injuries to some key defensemen. He logged a lot of ice time and really shored up his game and played very well for us. And you know, we certainly welcome him back, and we expect the same kind of contribution this year. With Taylor, you know, he's another big body. We definitely could use the size and strength on the back end. We've only seen him play Saturday night and then practice this morning, Monday. I think you know, he's going to be a strong addition and help us. He played very well, not having the opportunity to practice with the team at all. Up at 3 in the morning to catch a flight in Thunder Bay, and you know, I picked him up and we just arrived here about 4:30 in the afternoon. So you know, he didn't have much of a time to adjust, but I thought you know, I thought his game was good, and looks like you know, he's definitely going to help us.
Right. So we're approaching the December 1st roster cut down date, if you will. And as it stands now, I think you guys have something like about 24 guys on the roster. A lot of fans are interested in the fact that you've got, as it stands now, 10, 20-year-olds. People want to know, is this a situation that's going to continue for much longer? How do you see things happening in terms of your roster makeup in the next little while?
Well, unfortunately, you know, we won't carry 10, 20-year-olds. You know, we like the 10 guys that we have, but you know, there's just too many difficulties, you know, in carrying 10, 20-year-olds. We will likely be down to 9 by Wednesday night.
All right. Obviously, you guys got a big road trip coming up, Nipawin, Melfort, and then, of course, the SJHL Showcase. You guys find yourselves in first place as it stands right now, just a little bit ahead of Humboldt and Melfort. What do you guys have to do to, I guess, maintain that position through the next few weeks here?
Well, we have to win hockey games, pure and simple. We've got to be ready to play every night. We're not going to win every night, but we certainly have to be prepared to win. And you know, I told the guys Saturday night it's a lot tougher to stay in first place than it is to get there. And you know, Taylor Pillar, for one, knows that very well. You know, we've got some great leadership in our room, and I think that you know, having the success we've had, there's only a few things that are going to set us back. That could be injuries, which we have no control over. It could be attitude or egos getting in the way, and if we don't allow that to happen, and we're prepared to play every game, I don't see why we can't have the same success we did last year.
All right. Well, Bob, congratulations on the success so far this year, and thanks for being on the program, and have a great trip this week.
Thanks a lot, Kelly.
All right. If you're just joining us, this is Ice Wolves Insider, and we've been joined by Ice Wolves head coach and director of hockey operations, Bob Beatty. We'll be right back with From the Stands.